guys, Yoongi here, and welcome back to my channel. I do want to just quickly start off by saying this wasn't the video topic I had originally planned as my 10,000 subscribers celebration. I had asked you guys to submit me questions to a Google form so I could do a Q&A, and while I was happily working away on that video, my almost brand new laptop I bought in November died. It's now at the shop getting repaired and I won't see it for at least a week, so instead of wallowing in self-pity, my fiance has kindly lent me his so I can work on something else. So I'm really sorry if anyone was awaiting that Q&A video. I promise it will be coming as soon as I get my laptop back, and fingers crossed it hasn't been wiped. In the meantime, I thought I would take this opportunity to talk about something circling in the K-pop world at the moment, as you know I like to do, and this is the sudden, unexpected success of rookie girl group 50/50. How they catapulted from a pretty much brand new group under an unknown label to the latest, greatest phenomenon in K-pop, securing themselves a record deal with Warner Records and breaking barriers into the Western charts left, right, and center. In today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about how this has happened and what I think this could mean for the girls' future. Although everything looks great for them at the moment, I'm not 100% optimistic, so I'd like to talk about why. Please note, as always, these are just my opinions on this topic at hand, and you are more than welcome to share yours in the comments. Just please try to remain respectful towards one another. Nothing I mention in this video is in any way intended to send any hate towards the members of 50/50 or anybody else. Okay, let's get into it. Before we go any further, let's introduce 50/50. 50/50 are a 4-member girl group who were formed by the label Attract in 2022, consisting of members Saina, Iran, Kina, and Seo. I really hope I said those right, I'm so sorry if not. The girls officially debuted with a bright and fresh image with their EP Higher in November 2022, but it was the English version of their comeback single Cupid, released in February 2023 as part of their first single album The Beginning, Cupid, that would see the girls catapult to success. The English version of the song Cupid on the single album had been named the twin version and featured only the members Iran and Seo singing the song in English. For many new K-pop groups debuting under smaller labels in Korea like 50/50, the odds are very stacked against them from the beginning if they cannot put forward a substantial amount of funds to go towards all the costs involved with debuting a new group, such as production costs, facility fees, staff wages, and so much more. The CEO of the company Attract, 50/50's company, spoke out and confessed that he had to sell his car in order to cover the production costs of the girls' debut. Therefore, because it's such a costly process and it's hard for groups under smaller labels to garner up as much attention as perhaps a new group debuting under a much larger label could, a lot of labels don't necessarily aim to hit it big, especially not early on. As much as they prefer to see a return on their investment as soon as possible, they don't necessarily expect to make millions overnight. Although the girls were performing comfortably, let's say, back home in Korea with their debut EP and follow-up single album, raking in a few thousand sales, it was nothing of any crazy levels for a new group, if that makes sense, and it was especially nowhere near the levels that were soon to follow. The TikTok edit. Pretty soon after 50/50 made their comeback with the Cupid single album, a fan decided to have a bit of fun with the English version of the song the girls had released by speeding it up to use as a sound on TikTok. For those who aren't perhaps familiar with TikTok, if somebody makes something a sound on one of their public videos, then other TikTok users are welcome to use that sound in the background of their own videos. And that is exactly what happened with the edited version of 50/50's song. Very soon, hundreds of thousands of TikTok users were using the track in the background of their own video. I wish I could sit here and tell some big elaborate story of how the song actually went viral, but this is literally it. The crazy thing about a platform such as TikTok existing nowadays is that these things do happen, and I can't really explain how in much more detail than something gets picked up by the algorithm and it all goes wild from there. A sound is uploaded, shared by thousands of people, and then it takes off. It's kind of similar to how things used to go viral back in the day where we would see a lot of viral videos trending on platforms such as YouTube or Vine, except now I feel it's happening a lot faster due to the wide accessibility of platforms such as TikTok, and simply how easy it is to spread media such as songs and videos by using them yourself. Back in the day where YouTube videos would go viral, they would spread more by word of mouth and people sharing the links or talking about them, not from people physically using the sounds and putting them out there to their own audience like we do now with TikTok sounds, if that makes sense. The aftermath. Now we've explained what happened with the track to make it go viral, let's talk a little bit about the effects of this. More and more people were starting to discover the song Cupid by 50/50 through TikTok, which increased interest in the song and where it came from. As is the case with many viral sounds on platforms such as TikTok, viewers are only familiarized with that section of the song that has gone viral, and very often don't know the origin, the artist, or the rest of the sound or song. Therefore, in the beginning, a lot of people who had recognized the sound on TikTok TikTok as one that they were seeing regularly and loved, they won't have known it was a song originally in Korean by a new girl group, and they most likely will not have heard of 50/50 either unless they knew the song through being a K-pop fan already. Eventually, the sound took off enough to the point where people began to search for it outside of the platform. I personally think when viewers are actively searching for the origins of a song like this is when it is reaching its virality peak. For example, we saw the same thing happening with Psy's Gangnam Style now over a decade ago, god I feel old, where people discovered the song first, I think through like YouTube and mediums like that, after so much widespread interest, and then this is what made people later learn the song was by a Korean artist named Psy. If we look up the Google search trends for the term 50/50 Cupid, the group name and the song title, we can see where the song was first released in February 2023, and then the trajectory of how interest in the song grew along with its popularity in social media. By 8th of April 2023, the sped up version of the twin version of Cupid had been released on various streaming platforms under the artist name Sped Up 8282. As we speak, this version of the song on Spotify has over 10.5 million streams, and now the official normal speed version of the English version of Cupid by 50/50 has 152.8 million streams on their own Spotify listing at the time of me making this video. I will now name drop some of the achievements this song has gotten at the time of me making this video, just to further amplify and express how well the song is actually performing, because it is a very big deal and we can't not mention them. 50/50's song debuted on the Billboard World Digital Songs sales charts at number 8 in March, and actually climbed up to number 3 in April 2023, proving that the song has now gone further than just viral on a social media platform. The song entered the Billboard Hot 100 in the US with 5.7 million streams on March 27th. This makes them only the 6th K-pop group to ever do this, but more importantly, the fastest K-pop group to ever do this. Cupid also entered the UK charts, which is relevant to me and my British viewers out there. This was definitely a shock to me and not something I expected. We normally see these sorts of things from huge names such as Blackpink and BTS, not a newly debuted group from a small label. In fact, we don't see these sorts of things from newly debuted groups under huge labels like Hybe. And lastly, because I could go on about all the achievements the song had in every country it charted in all day, as a result of the success of Cupid, 50/50 have now actually been signed by the label Warner Records, with the aim of bringing their music closer to fans all around the world. What's the issue with short-term virality? Okay, so thus far, this video has been a very lovely tale of unexpected success that an up-and-coming girl group have rightfully achieved. So now you may be wondering, what's the problem? Why are we even discussing this? This is not a news channel. We need to talk about short-term virality. The dictionary definition of the term virality is the condition or fact of being rapidly spread or popularized by means of people communicating with each other, especially through the internet. When we now take this phrase and add the words short term in front of it, we're insinuating that the thing trending will only reach these peaks of popularization for a short frame of time. Now, I am not the lord of TikTok and all social media trends. I do not get to decide how long something goes viral for, but I can tell you now that I personally do not believe long-term virality exists. The idea of something going viral basically means a very quick increase in intention and popularity, not how long they stayed popular for. Things very, very rarely continue to keep going viral once they hit the term viral. Long-term virality is an oxymoron, aka two completely contradictory terms. Something can't go viral for a long frame of time because the idea of going viral is a quick thing. To explain this, I'll try and use some examples. BTS did not go viral, even though it might have seemed that way in the beginning because they catapulted to success. They increased in popularity and steadily carried on increasing in popularity, ultimately remaining popular. Therefore, we can't say they are viral. Now, does anybody remember the Harlem Shake? It was a song released by the DJ Bauer in like 2012, but it went viral in 2013. For the challenge, people would stand frozen in the beginning of the song, or like one person only would be moving. Then in big groups, the rest of the dancers or people there would go crazy, jump around and dance when the beat dropped. That song and trend went viral in 2013. It went very popular very quickly. After a few months of short-term virality, this trend pretty much dropped off the face of the earth, and now nobody really talks about it. We can't say it remained popular because it's not popular nowadays, hence the idea of short-term virality. Those are just two examples that I could think of to kind of show the contradiction, but I think this helps us identify which category 50/50 and their song Cupid are in at the moment. Cupid is currently in the short-term virality phase, where at the moment it is circulating across social media platforms, the charts, and soon radio stations. But in a few months, all of these platforms will have moved on to whatever song is viral this week. In the social media age that we are in right now, trends are moving faster than ever, and unfortunately with that, it does mean that a lot of content that would have previously sparked interest from much longer years ago, unfortunately does not stay on our radar for as long anymore. The long-term effects of virality, the Brave Girls effect. I personally don't think 50/50's song Cupid going viral necessarily means the future is 100% certainly going to be bright and beaming for them. But there is absolutely no doubting that 50/50's song Cupid gaining extreme heights of popularity will surely at least help their careers grow even further than initially anticipated in the early stages. However, there is no guarantee that this early on we will know for certain if the viral success of Cupid will benefit the girls in the long run. It is a very, very rare occasion that parties involved in viral internet sensations will still see and receive the payoffs in years to come. We can look at another example in the K-pop world to kind of bring it closer to home for us, of a K-pop artist whose songs went viral and how this helped their careers, but only for a short space of time. We're going to be talking about the Brave Girls effect. Brave Girls are currently a 4-member girl group previously under Brave Entertainment. Brave Girls initially released their song Rollin' in 2017, but it didn't perform out of the ordinary when in comparison to their usual releases at that time in their career. In early 2021, fans didn't know, but the group were already preparing for disbandment, and one of the members had already moved out of their shared dorm. In the meantime, a fan had created a compilation video of the girls performing their song Rollin' and uploaded this to YouTube, which was picked up by the algorithm, raking in millions of views and ultimately going viral. The song rose to the top of the real-time charts, and the girls resumed promotion for the song, performing it on music shows, etc., which had initially been released 4 years prior, earning them their first music show win now and first perfect all-kill after topping the daily and real-time components of the Korean iChart rankings. Brave Girls very quickly transformed from another girl group who didn't quite reach their heights of fame potential to an overnight phenomenon, even getting another comeback a few months later in June with the song Chima Baram, and a few more releases with the repackage of their earlier album and another track that followed the year later named Thank You. Although things seem to be going well for the girls, and Chima Baram, aka their first comeback since the newfound success, peaked at number 3 on the Gaon album charts and digital charts. Fans did believe their company weren't quite embracing the newfound momentum as much as they could have been. Unfortunately, like with a lot of artists who suddenly get this boost of fame from a viral song, eventually the interest from that new wider audience that they gained eventually kind of fizzled out, unless people were streaming their music. In February 2023, just 2 years after their track Rollin' took off again, the label announced that none of the 4 members of the group decided to re-sign their expiring contracts with them. At this time, it was very up in the air as to whether or not this meant disbandment for Brave Girls or if we would ever see them as a full group again. Now, I will say, since this, it has been revealed that all 4 members have signed new contracts with Warner Music Korea, with the intention of forming again as Brave Girls and reclaiming their title as the Summer Queens with a comeback this summer. Now, this is great and proof that the girls will live on, and arguably this would never have happened without the song Rollin' going viral when it did. But we're using this example now more to look at the trajectory of their virality. The song suddenly rocketed into success out of nowhere. This created a bit of a buzz around the girls and their future releases. But within a year, if not less, this quickly died down and fans were looking for the next group who would get their Brave Girls moment. There have been disputes of many coming close, but none as close as 50/50. 50/50 are currently getting their Brave Girls moment. I have no doubt, like what happened with Brave Girls, this new success will definitely aid the girls in getting the support they need to project their careers more than ever imagined for a year or so now. But if this level of success doesn't continue on the same path that their label and now newly signed label Warner Records are expecting, then I'm afraid that the future for these girls may not be as bright as it seems. Now listen, I don't want to sound extremely negative or bleak or like I'm wishing this on 50/50. It couldn't be any more the opposite. 50/50 are clearly a very talented group with a lot of potential, and I want nothing more than for them to continue on this path to stardom that they currently are. But I don't want to sit here and lie and say I think it's going to be easy. I don't think it will be, because they aren't under a huge label where fan support is guaranteed. They are so new in their careers, and they don't have a few years worth of built up fan following, and I don't personally think the virality their song is getting has translated across everywhere to all platforms. The girls still only get a few thousand likes on their Twitter posts. Yes, they have 71.7 thousand followers at the time of me making this video, but those followers aren't engaging with your content, then they're just a number. They have over 500,000 followers on Instagram, but usually less than 1,000 comments on their posts from people actually supporting them. So what can we do? Why am I even bothering talking about this? I think the main point I want to drive home here before we end the video is that if we really want to see groups like 50/50 benefit from the viral Brave Girls effect, we need to support them or groups in their position. It can't just end there, and our work isn't done as soon as one song hits the mainstream charts. A song like Cupid going viral is an absolutely unbelievable stepping stone in the right direction we want them to be heading, but that's all it is. If we're thinking of it as a propeller, it's definitely not a strong one. This one song going viral is very highly unlikely to guarantee these girls a long and prosperous career. A lot of the new interest they're currently receiving won't be large numbers of people looking into standing the group or the members, or anticipating their next comeback and spreading the word about them. It's people who like this song at the moment and might tune into what they do next out of curiosity. There is a Twitter account called Nugu Promoter who goes out of their way to promote up-and-coming K-pop groups who otherwise wouldn't get much platform or marketing recognition, because marketing is hella expensive for companies to do for new artists. And I've seen a lot of people complaining at the admins of that account for still talking about 50/50 on there because, well, they're not Nugu anymore. But I'm sorry, they unfortunately are. You could ask a lot of regular Twitter or TikTok users if they've heard of the song that goes something about Cupid, and they would say yes, but if you ask them who sings it, they probably wouldn't know. And that's the issue with virality. It might get your sound out there for a little bit, but that doesn't change the fact that this group are still very new and need all the support they can get. Now while they reach these heights, and even more so when they come down from them, because it's a long way back down to where you started after a song or group goes viral, and I can only imagine how scary this is for them at the moment, trying to imagine their future. Okay, I'm going to wrap up this video here by asking you guys for your thoughts on this topic. I would love for us to have an open discussion in the comments. Does anything I've said in this video make sense? I feel like I'm just rambling because this wasn't what I had intended on planning to do today, but I did want to talk about it. This is kind of just a bit of a rant from me, appreciating and recognizing the idea of going viral, but also trying to inform that this isn't the be-all and end-all for all groups. And I think there is still more work to be done before we can say they've reached those heights. Thank you so much for watching if you made it this far, and I really hope you can see I'm not going out of my way to be overly negative, just honest and open. And I can honestly say from the bottom of my heart, I really do wish 50/50 the best of luck going forward with their careers. I hope they continue to break records and reach the heights they could only have dreamt of. I want them to get to continue to show off their talents, and I'm really hoping this isn't the final time we'll see them go absolutely crazy in the charts. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and like I said, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you are new here and haven't yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bell. That'll let you be the first here whenever I upload. And as always, my social medias will be on screen. It's my Twitter and my Instagram. I always follow back fellow K-pop stans when I can, so let's be friends. And I'll see you next time. Bye guys.